Michael Eugene Archer, known to millions as D'Angelo, was a Grammy-winning R&B and neo-soul singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. He burst onto the scene in the 1990s and helped define a modern soul sound with albums like Brown Sugar and Voodoo. On October 14, 2025, after a private battle with pancreatic cancer, the 51-year-old legend died at his home in New York City. In this video script, we'll cover his life story from youth to fame, including his music, family, and legacy. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe as we celebrate D'Angelo's life and music. Early life and family. Michael Eugene Archer was born on February 11, 1974 in Richmond, Virginia. He grew up in a deeply religious family. His father, Reverend Luther Archer Sr., was a Pentecostal minister, and gospel music filled the home. D'Angelo showed prodigious talent early. By age 3, he could play piano by ear, and by age 5, he was playing the church organ alongside his father at services. He later lived with his mother, named Marion Cox, and played piano at his grandfather Elder Lindbergh Cox's Pentecostal church as well. In his preteen years, Michael began forming bands. Along with 2 of his cousins, he created a group called Three of a Kind, which won local talent shows in Richmond. At 16, he teamed up with his older brother Luther Archer Jr. to form Michael Archer and Precise. That year, he entered amateur night at the famed Apollo Theater in Harlem. On his first try, he didn't win, but a year later, 1991, he returned and took first place. Using his $500 prize money, D'Angelo bought a 4-track recorder and began laying down demos of the songs that would become his debut album. By around 1992, he dropped out of Richmond's Huguenot High School to pursue music full-time. Career breakthrough and success. Shortly after his Apollo win, D'Angelo moved to New York and landed a record deal with EMI Records, MCA, in 1993. His first taste of major success came as a songwriter/producer. In 1994, he co-wrote and co-produced You Will Know for the R&B supergroup Black Men United on the Jason's Lyric soundtrack. This single, featuring stars like Brian McKnight, Usher, R. Kelly, Boyz II Men, and Gerald Levert, became a hit and built buzz for D'Angelo's solo career. On July 3, 1995, he released his debut album Brown Sugar, introducing a lush mix of soul, funk, and hip-hop. The record was an instant success. It went platinum and climbed into the top 5 of Billboard's R&B charts. The title track, Brown Sugar, and singles like Lady, Cruisin', and Me and Those Dreamin' Eyes of Mine became R&B staples. Brown Sugar earned D'Angelo 4 Grammy nominations and established him as a young star of the neo-soul movement, alongside peers like Maxwell and Erykah Badu. Following Brown Sugar, D'Angelo took his time crafting his next work. In 2000, he returned with Voodoo, an album that many critics consider a masterpiece. Voodoo debuted at #1 on both the Billboard 200 and R&B charts. It showcased a live, organic sound created with Questlove, James Poyser, and the Soulquarians Collective at Electric Lady Studios. Voodoo won the Grammy for Best R&B Album, and its steamy single, Untitled, How Does It Feel?, earned D'Angelo a Grammy for Best Male R&B Vocal. The video for Untitled famously cemented D'Angelo's image as a soul sex symbol. This image shows D'Angelo performing at the 2012 Pori Jazz Festival in Finland. In concert, he often played guitar, as shown, and keyboard, singing with the same smooth style that made his recordings famous. Over the years, he toured widely. For Brown Sugar, 1995 to 96, and Voodoo, 2000, he led bands, including the Soultronics, and shared stages with hip-hop and soul artists. After Voodoo, D'Angelo largely stepped back from the public eye. He suffered a near-fatal car crash in 2005 while working on new music, and also faced drug/alcohol addiction and legal troubles, a 2005 arrest on drug charges. He gave few interviews and released no albums for well over a decade. In interviews, he admitted struggling with writer's block and discomfort with fame. Nonetheless, D'Angelo never stopped creating. He made sporadic guest appearances on tracks by Common, Q-Tip, Roy Hargrove, and others, and in 2014 finally released his 3rd album, Black Messiah, credited to D'Angelo and the Vanguard. Black Messiah also debuted at #1 on the R&B and indie charts and won Best R&B Album at the 2016 Grammys. Its lead single, Really Love, earned a Grammy for Best R&B Song. Critics praised Black Messiah as a timely, politically conscious work in the tradition of late 60s funk. Around this period, D'Angelo also re-emerged live. His 2012, 2014, and subsequent tours showed that his performance and musicianship had not diminished over the years. In 2024, he even appeared on a track with Jay-Z, I Want You Forever, from the Book of Clarence soundtrack. And producer Raphael Saadiq reported D'Angelo was working on new music again. Personal life and relationships. D'Angelo was famously private about his personal life. He never married, but he did have significant relationships and a family. In the 1990s, he dated R&B singer Angie Stone, who co-wrote songs on Brown Sugar. The two were creative and personal partners during that era. Angie Stone later gave birth to their son, Michael D'Angelo Archer Jr., on February 28, 1997. Stone went on to have her own solo career, producing the hit album Black Diamond in 1999. Stone and D'Angelo separated around 1999, and tragically Angie Stone died in a car accident in March 2025, a loss that preceded D'Angelo's own passing by months. After his split with Stone, D'Angelo had 2 more children, with other partners not publicly identified. He has a daughter, Eugene Archer, born 1999, and a younger son, Morocco Archer, born 2010. He remained close to all 3 children. Sources report that Michael Jr. was at his father's side during D'Angelo's final days. Beyond parenthood, D'Angelo did not publicly have other long-term romantic relationships. He stayed single and largely out of the celebrity spotlight, citing anxiety and a desire for privacy. Although raised Pentecostal, D'Angelo did not speak much about formal religion later in life. His faith, however, clearly influenced his music. Gospel and church sounds flowed through Brown Sugar and Voodoo. In interviews, he often spoke of spirituality and authenticity in music, but he shied away from labels. A friend noted that D'Angelo never claimed to do neo-soul. He said, I make black music, in a 2014 Red Bull Music Academy lecture. In terms of lifestyle, he avoided the glitzy trappings of fame. He was known as a recluse who preferred quiet family life to paparazzi. Even at the height of his fame, he ran his tours like a tight-knit family, calling bandmate Questlove his little brother. Death and cause of death. On October 14, 2025, D'Angelo passed away at his New York City home. He had been privately battling pancreatic cancer for several months. Family sources confirmed that the 51-year-old musician had entered hospice care about 2 weeks before his death, after months in the hospital. The news was initially reported by TMZ and quickly picked up by media outlets. His family released a heartfelt statement to the press. The shining star of our family has dimmed his light for us in this life, they wrote. They said D'Angelo had been diagnosed with cancer earlier in the year and described his fight as prolonged and courageous. The statement continued, We are eternally grateful for the legacy of extraordinarily moving music he leaves behind. We ask that you respect our privacy during this difficult time, but invite you all to join us in mourning his passing while also celebrating the gift of song that he has left for the world. Many fellow artists and fans publicly mourned him. For example, producer DJ Premier, who had worked with D'Angelo on Devil's Pie, wrote, Such a sad loss. Sleep peacefully, D. Love you, King. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, share with friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth biographies of music legends. D'Angelo's voice may be gone, but his melody will live on in the hearts of fans forever.